those first moments after got hurt on the field last year before you got quarterback?
Oh, geez. Going back to that, huh? I'll be honest, I don't remember a lot. I remember him going down. I remember going over there and, like, giving him a pat. But, like, dude, that was such a blur of a game sometimes just because there's so much emotion involved and stuff like that. And sometimes you're not able to, like, remember stuff clearly. It just kind of all felt like a game. Like, I remember a couple plays from that game, but, like, as a whole, not much, dude. I just remember being, like, emotional as hell. And then it's like, you have no choice. It's like, next guy up, here we go. We got to win a game. So.
The most emotional kind of game moment that you've experienced as a football player?
I mean, one of them. Yeah, just because the teammate Dak is and what he means to this organization. I see a lot of what goes in kind of behind the scenes that a lot of people don't really understand, and he's got every intangible that you could ask for. So seeing a guy go down like that with an injury like that is never fun. But yeah, it was probably one of the most.
Being that guy and.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's fair to compare anything to like last year, just because it was like so tumultuous. I mean, we talked about last game, like even in SoFi, like that felt like a completely different stadium. I mean, obviously there were people in it, but like just it didn't feel like anything like last year was. Last year was just so different in so many different ways. Training camp didn't feel like training camp. Games didn't feel like real games. It felt like scrimmages, and so it's like there's so much different that I don't think you can compare. Just kind of like even the starts from season to season, it's like apples to oranges.
With that in mind, so even knowing that it's still kind of weird because of COVID, how much, I don't want to say easier, but just, I mean, is it easier to
it just feels more natural, right?
Yeah,
like,
I guess that's a better word.
Like there's more people in the stands, and like, yeah, there's more noise, and you have to navigate that, but like that's football. Like that's what we're used to, you know what I mean? So it's like, when there's no, like last year when there's no sound, it's just a little weird.
I can imagine.
So like the fact that there's sound and it's like, you don't really even hear it anyway. But yeah, no, it feels like football's back.
More fun, I would guess.
Football's always fun, but I mean it's nice to feed off some of the energy that the crowd brings to it for sure.
Okay, so that's a very good point. But just in terms of what you accomplished last year, how has that helped you at the start of this season?
I mean, I feel like it's been easier to start like well, and kind of like I didn't have to build up any confidence this year. I had confidence coming into the year, and I think just if anything, my process has been even more vigorous than it was last year, and I'm trying to get myself to do more day to day. Whether that be recovery or prep work, film work, doing a little extra after practice. So it's been easier to roll into like a second season beyond that first one. But yeah, I think it's definitely been different in a good way.
Dalton, what's that mean your process has been more rigorous?
Just in like my day to day, like the stuff that I do, the routines that I have, the habits that I have. My poor wife is taking the burden with 2 kids now, so I mean she's watching those, the kiddos a little bit more heavy now that I try to watch more film than I did last year. I try to study the playbook more than I did last year, stuff like that.
What did you think of the film from Sunday of you as a blocker specifically?
Good. I had some tough reps. They were doing some things early that we didn't really see on film, and so I kind of got surprised by that early. But I think that the way we responded as an offense, and getting back to what we do well, we have a great offensive line and 2 great running backs, running the ball well. I was pleased with the result. We were able to move the ball pretty freely in the run game, and that's a testament to just the guys that we have and the work that we put into this. And yeah, I thought it went really well.
When you look at tape of yourself, first 2 games, if you didn't know it was you, do you see a more physical player, whether that's your intent or not, than you saw a year ago?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
How does that manifest to you on tape when you watch it?
What do you mean? Like,
in what ways do you see a more physical player on tape when you look at yourself?
I think it's debatable whether it's more physical or not. I think it's kind of been the same. But more so, it's just like my footwork is better, my leverage is better, my hand placement's better. I look smoother in a lot of the stuff. I'm not like second guessing like a step here or a step there. Like it's pretty fluid, and I think that's just comes from time in offense, time doing those reps over and over. A lot of the confidence gained after last year.
And in the receiving game, does that confidence help translate into breaking tackles?
Breaking tackles, no. I'd say route running, yes, but like breaking tackles is something that you just do. I mean, I don't even think about like necessarily how I'm gonna like set somebody up to break a tackle. It's just like me reacting. It's purely impulse and reaction.
Do you think you're better at that or do you think you've always been about the same at that part of the game, or do you think you're better at it than you were?
I'd probably say I'm better, but it's because I'm more comfortable out there. Like I catch the ball and it's natural now. You know what I mean? So it's like more reps comes obviously better experience.
Considering the hole you all had to try to dig out of last year, how much of a difference does 1-1 make versus those two?
I mean, you think about it like that. I don't even think about it like that. I mean, we were 1-0 last week, and we got to be 1-0 this week. Whether we're 1-8 or 8-1, whatever it is, at whatever point in the season, I mean, you still got to win a game at the end of the week. And football's like a very week-to-week business. You know what I mean? So I mean, you lose a game, even if you lost the game and now you're 10-1. I mean, that next week is like, dude, we got to hit it and get it. Like we just lost. You know what I mean? Like it's such a results-driven business on a week-to-week basis. So, I don't really compare those.
Playing at home feel like it would be important?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, especially the comfortability level. I'm excited to see the fans like pack AT&T again. I think we've been missing that. Yeah, dude, I love playing at home. That stadium's so fun.
One more on Dak. What's your sense, if you have one, of him going back to this field for the first time since the injuries? Completely out of sight, out of mind?
Yeah.
For him, from your point of view?
1,000%.
Really?
Yeah, don't even ask him about it.
I mean, I assume it's just 85,000 people that makes AT&T fun, or is it something else?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Dude, I keep telling people, I'm like, dude, that stadium is rocking in the regular season, but like that playoff game, my rookie year, was like totally different level, different energy. Obviously, our fans travel well, so it's very easy for our fans to come to home games, obviously. So, looking forward to getting it going at AT&T again.
Thank you, Dalton.
Cool.